Hey friends, if you're new here, my name is Vic and I'm a first year PhD student, learning about researching, teaching, and everything else that comes along with the wild ride that is academia. If you want to see that in real time, I have plenty of vlogs called The Doctoral Diaries, but in today's video, we're going to be talking about 5 of the many tools that I use to help make PhD life so much more manageable. So from staying organized to finding those rich pockets of focus, these are the tools that I use to help me thrive as a PhD student. Let's get into it. First up is Notion, which nobody should be surprised by because I've been using Notion since my undergrad, but really it is my brain in digital form. If you haven't used it before, it's the all-in-one workspace where you can organize just about anything from goals, notes, deadlines, you name it. For me, Notion is where I set goals, plan lectures, keep reading notes, and track my academic progress. Honestly, I would be lost without it. I'm actually thinking about doing an entire tour of my PhD workspace, which is called Dr. Vic's Mind Manifestation. So if that's something that you'd love to see, let me know in the comments because I've shared my workspaces before and people have loved them, but I really think that I have perfected how to kind of track things and organize ideas, assignments, all of that stuff. So I'd love to share a bunch of templates in the future. Let me know. Okay, I'm so excited about this one. Let's talk about the Rongta PN81 portable thermal printer. I'll admit, I am an incredibly digital girl, but sometimes in my PhD process, I really need something tangible, whether it's creating flashcards or a to-do list, or even creating affirmations for myself that I can put around my room to remind me that I'm capable of doing everything that I'm doing right now. Rongta was so kind enough to send me this portable printer, which, hello, stunning. Green? Look at my room. Perfect for me. I feel like I met my soulmate as a printer. It's completely wireless, super portable, and uses thermal printing technology, which means no ink, like ever. I don't know about you, but the amount of times that I've gone to use my household printer and there's no ink, criminal offense, okay? The best part though is that it pairs with an app, which means that you can customize anything that you're printing to your heart's content. For example, I've been using it to create mind maps to break down some of the complex theories and literature that will be on my major field exam. I've also printed affirmations to stick around my workspace, little reminders that I'm just capable of tackling the PhD journey and becoming the professor I hope to become. I can see this being so helpful for so many students out there. Whether it's printing lecture notes, making mind maps, reminders for yourself, and even creating a physical study schedule that you can't avoid, like those reminders that you put on your phone, it's just been a handy addition to my work process, and I'm so thankful that it's landed in my space and in my world. Next up on my list are my trusty noise-canceling headphones. They're actually earplugs, so they don't play any music, but they are from Loop and they're called the Switch 2. They have 3 modes, which are engage, experience, and quiet, which means that you can filter out how many decibels you want eliminated from your ears, and that means that you're able to kind of have complete silence or even just mute and soften some of the background noise no matter where you are. As a PhD student, you're either in the library or lecture or, like I said, on the subway, commuting to school. And for me, this just gives me back an opportunity as someone with ADHD to really focus and avoid distraction or overstimulation. So if you don't have a pair of headphones and you think they might be valuable, I definitely check them out, and they are super high quality, so big fan. Now, let's talk about GoodNotes. So good. It's not called GoodNotes for no reason. This app has quickly become my go-to for marking up my readings, marking up some of my own work, and even reviewing drafts of my peers for peer review sessions or just helping out a friend. It's especially handy because you are able to access it on any device. Specifically, I have experience with iOS, so it's something that I can access not only on my computer, but my iPad and also my phone. Because a PhD student often has so many rules, it can be helpful on the way to class to be able to access some of the readings or the little notes that you've made and to draw your memory on what you'll be discussing that day. So you can also use it for personal planning and even just creative projects. I know a couple of people that are fantastic at making collages and journals and bullet journals on GoodNotes. So it really is the perfect all-in-one platform for more hands-on drawing, especially if you have an iPad and a stylus, which I do. Let's talk about ChatGPT. Personally, I love ChatGPT, and I know that there is a lot of controversy when it comes to using it in academia or in any field because of its novelty, because of its power, and also the fact that it's brand new and many people don't know how to navigate it. I do think if we're using it meaningfully, it can be an extremely helpful tool. So one thing I don't do is use ChatGPT to generate ideas. What I do use it for is to help me analyze some of the things that I've already developed and find loopholes or critiques that I am not seeing. So it really does help me find some of those blind spots in my own research. Another thing that I use it for is to translate some of the in-depth notes and lecture discussions that I've created and generated and turn them into study cards or study questions and guides that I can use to help prepare for my mock field exam, which I will be talking about in a few videos from now. Another way I use it is to deal with a lot of the mundane tasks that come with academia. For example, I can write a 10-page essay, no problem, but ask me to respond to someone's email and I literally want to die. And so sometimes it's just easy to put in a few points about what I want to get across and ask ChatGPT to draft an email for me. And instead of, spending 3 business days, I can spend 3 minutes on that email like a normal person. Help to kind of lessen the mental load so that I can really do the challenging and meaningful work. The last tool that I use is actually this timer that I'm pretty sure is for when children need to brush their teeth. But it's been super helpful for someone like me with ADHD because it's a visual representation of how much time I'm spending on a task. What's really great is you can also use it for Pomodoro sessions, which are 20 to 25 minute intervals of work and then 5 to 10 minutes of break. And many people find that helpful for avoiding burnout and also task compartmentalization. If I tell myself I only need to start this project for 10 minutes but isn't on the gas pedal, it's so much easier to continue doing that task because I've had that time restraint and I feel accomplished. Yeah, that's just a bonus tool and honestly something that is so underrated when it comes to time management and initiating your tasks. And that is it, my friends. Some of the tools that have just been making my PhD journey all the more powerful and meaningful. If you have other tools that you love to use or also use some of these tools, let's talk about it in the comments. I'd love to learn about how you use them to make your academic or even personal lives all the more productive. A huge thank you again to Rongta for being my first gifted partnership here on this channel. It means a lot for your support. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you're doing well and I will see you in the next episode of The Doctoral Diaries.